when people make predictions about the future of technology, they skip something.
Well, you've done it again. You've found Tech and Startups, the #1 place for growing tech leaders. So you're going to want to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to make sure you don't miss another update.
When people make predictions about the future of technology, they skip something. They skip adoption. So they think about what's possible. Good futurists take the technology of today and they try to think 5-10 steps of what the technology could evolve into. And so they say things like, hey, so we've got these cameras on our phones and we've got all this data about the world, and so people could use the camera on the phone to show them data about the world in front of them, and people could walk around scanning, and we could even put that in glasses, a la Google Glass, right, and project information back. And they say, yeah, I agree, that's the technological possibility. But the evolution of technology doesn't just happen because of the next possibility in technology, what technology is capable of. It happens because of the adoption of the technology. We could have flying cars everywhere right now. We've got the technology for it. We don't, because we don't have the necessary adoption of it. We don't have the infrastructure for it. It doesn't make sense. In fact, electric cars, we could have been on the electric car thing a long time ago, did not have the infrastructure. Only now do we have electric cars that can really travel on what? Our infrastructure, our current infrastructure. Yeah. And so I can visualize all these things, but I need the adoption. So that's the context. Is I have a belief that if you are a technology futurist and you are making predictions about the technology and ignoring the next step in the adoption, then you're wrong. Then you're just wrong. So zooming in a little bit more, what I see among especially everybody, I'm going to say, but among especially a younger demographic of people, what I observe in my life is voice communication constantly. There's always an earbud in, whether it's one headphone in or an AirPod or something, there's always this earbud in. And I observe, especially younger people, speaking messages to their friends, speaking to their phone and receiving feedback in their ear. So where technologists talk about augmented reality as being this visual thing, it's going to be the glasses. I'm always going to have data projected in front of me. I think, no, we're already doing it with it's augmentation via audio. We do it with audio navigation. We do it with like you were saying, call my friend. Now it's talk to my friend, listen to a message from my friend. I'm listening to the YouTube video or the podcast adoption. Huge, right? That's an audio augmentation that's happening, not a video augmentation that's happening. And so I want to say, let's start right there. That's my argument.
That's a great argument.
What do you think?
Now here's a riddle for you. What does Tesla's founder-president and Groupon's founding CEO have in common? They were both removed from the companies they started. Stay with me for another, minute, and understand this. More than 3 out of 4 founders are ousted from their role before year 5. That's before IPO, before acquisition, before wild adoption. And as a result, you leave potentially millions of dollars on the table for your successor to pick up. But that won't be you, right? Imagine how good it will feel to carry out your vision for your org as a leader for years to come. Are you a founder of a software startup with a live product and a team? If so, can you see yourself learning to grow alongside your company? I've been working with founders and Fortune 100 companies for a decade, and I have a gift for you. It's free. It's a webinar, and it explains why CEOs and other founders are essentially removed from your company and what you need to do to stay. Move now. Click the link in the description to transform from a founder CEO to a growth CEO, to scale your org, keep your money, and have a worldwide impact. The link to the free webinar is in the description, and I'll see you on the other side. I'm so glad you joined us today. If this video was helpful, give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so that tech and startup videos continue to show up in your feed. I'll see you in the other videos.